this summit. Let's give everyone the time to log in. Just make sure everything's working. Thanks for joining me on this one. I'm going to rip through it today. I'm going to go through. Just want to make sure we're live. Okay, cool. Good crowd. Thanks. Looks like there's some good numbers. So welcome everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so this is the last one. Sorry if I'm just looking to the side. I'm just looking at the chat and just making sure everything's working well. Last one. Hopefully you've really enjoyed a lot of the content so far. I mean, I'd have to say that I have. I've learned so many great tips and techniques across a variety of the sessions that I've watched. I haven't even had time to watch them all, just with all of the running around that we're doing internally just to make sure everything runs smoothly. But a big thanks to my team, my internal team, who have organized this, have run the logistics around getting everything set up, and made really sure that this week's gone as smoothly as it has. So thank you very much for all your help, and thank you to all those who have joined in and participated and been engaged in the sessions. It looks like most of the team is actually here on the call, which is great. We've got a global team at Enterprise DNA, sort of based all around the world. So we've done that purposefully, wanting to sort of be an always-on organization where we cover all different time zones, and we've got experts in different areas. And so we've really built that out quite considerably over the last little while. So Greg's saying that there's an echo. Is that just me? Is everyone saying that, or is that just me? Okay, cool. This doesn't seem like it's across the board. Okay, so let's just jump into it. Now, I've decided to switch things up a little bit. I'm going to quickly show you a lot of just automation ideas. I'm going to show you a lot of tools that we've developed, but I'm also going to give you a really solid preview of where we're at with our brand new platform that we have developed for our educational content and for just the entire experience of using Enterprise DNA's resources, content, participating in challenges, registering for events, learning plans, learning paths. We're in the behind the scenes refreshing and revamping our entire experience, and I really want to use some time today to go over that, because I think you'll be really interested and excited about how much it's going to improve everything that we've brought together under the one roof of Enterprise DNA. So really looking forward to going into that. Now, but what I'll do first, I do want to just go over. I want to quickly just review these automation techniques, okay? And I also might cover just some ideas that I've learned during the summit as well. So hopefully that sounds like a good plan to you all. So I'm just going to share my screen. So I've just pulled up a report that I created historically to use as an example. But what I really want to highlight here around the automation piece is we believe that there is sort of 4 key pillars to Power BI development. And actually, I think we're kind of revising that to be 5 key pillars to Power BI development, because we believe that there is 5 key aspects to developing a really high quality report. Okay, and those are the historic four were loading and transforming data, data modeling, DAX calculations, and reports and visualizations. The other one that we've added is the planning of your report, the understanding of your data. I think that is an important one to add to the list as well. And so that's why I think we've evolved to almost having 5 key pillars, if you like, around our best practice framework. Now, why I mention that is because, I'm just going to bring up this here, is because we have developed within our, we are targeting all of those key areas, okay, as parts that they are sort of segments of your development that you can automate, or we're trying to empower more automation. We're trying to empower more automation through ideas, through tools, through techniques, through templates, through showcases, and code catalogs, etc. So we're trying to really target those 5 areas for automation. Unfortunately, I don't have for you sort of one out-of-the-box solution, because there's so much variety in development that you can do inside of Power BI. I don't think there's a one size fits all, but if we break it down into these 5 key development segments, then I think you can find little optimizations across all of those, and that's really what I think we're getting at around the automation piece, the speed in which you can develop high quality reports. Okay, so what I recommend, okay, I'm going to go through all of these 5 parts and tell you how I think you can get some good ideas and techniques around more automation. Okay, so within the Analyst Hub, so this is a tool that a lot of our well, if you remember, you get free access to as part of your license, part of your membership license. And we've got some productivity tools in here, which we'll cover in a second, but also there's some great planning tools. Okay, now when you are looking at a piece of data, sometimes I think a lot of us just jump in and quickly try and create something from scratch. There's really no harm in doing that in a lot of cases, but for a lot of us, particularly if you're doing a sort of a more joint development with a wider group or a wider team within your organization, doing a bit of planning can make a big difference. It can make a huge difference to how you develop one report, but also how you develop potentially a workspace, a Power BI workspace. So that's why we've developed a range of planner tools here so that you can utilize. And so if you wanted to very quickly sort of take a data set and plan out, okay, well, what sort of insights do we want to see? What do we want on each different page? You can use this simple Kanban board to be able to enable it, right? Now, this is not earth-shattering in terms of its functionality, but the fact that it's all contained within the same environment is really valuable. And you can also save these down within a team inside the Analyst Hub. So we could say, okay, page 1. Just give you an example. Page 1 of your report. I want to see key sales metrics or something. Okay, and then you can put into here sales year to date, so on and so forth. Okay, so here's just a good way to sort of plan out like any sort of report, management report. Okay, details of main manager report. Okay, then you could do page 2, so on and so forth. Okay, so here's a bit of planning. Once you plan out things like this, you'll be quite amazed at how fast your actual development can go, rather than just jumping straight into Power BI desktop and trying to create it from scratch. So this doesn't have to be the end state in any respects, but at least it can give you a bit of guidance around how to actually approach your development. Okay. Then you should be able to save these, but I don't know where that's gone. When you create this, maybe it automatically goes in here. Yeah, so you see here that now that I created, it automatically saves, and it's saved into my documents. And then the functionality in here is you could actually save this into a project or save it into your team space. So there's a lot of collaborative stuff you can do in here as well. Okay, so that's, look, it's pretty self-explanatory, but a good way to speed things up later on down the track if you just do a little bit of pre-planning. Okay. Then we also have another a way you can collaborate on this and come up with ideas is this sort of planner board. And so you can come up with the ideas and then put in the priorities in terms of like what you should prioritize from an insights perspective in your report. Okay. The other one, moving to the data transformations. Okay. Data transformations. What we've thought about is, okay, well, Power Query is very, very powerful. Like you can do so much with Power Query that there's no, and to be honest, there's no real additional automations from what I can see around using Power Query other than having like custom M code that you can save down, which you can do here. You can create an M code repository. So that's one way you can automate things. But I think the biggest thing about Power Query in general is sort of more the overall architecture and how you plan out the architecture of your not only your individual Power BI desktop like model, but also maybe the architecture of your Power BI workspace, and potentially your Power BI data mart, which is a brand new feature, right? And so again, here's a bit of planning that you can do. You can just type in all your key data sources and then how they link up to Power BI, and maybe how they go from one source to another source, because you can add a different column inside of here. So what I'll do is I'll just show you a better example that's a little bit more complete. See if I can find one. Maybe it's in my team space. Hold on a second. Oh, I know where it is. Hold on a second. So I want to go to this one here. So you see here that I've got a whole list of my marketing data. And this, again, it just brings that later automation to what you're doing around Power BI development. Okay, so what do you all think? What do you think? I mean, I know these are more sort of like planning aspects, and maybe they're not like direct automations, but you know, I guess I'm trying to give you some ideas and options and tools that can at least give you more direction in how you target a piece of development or a piece of analysis that you might be doing. Now, and I'm going to show you some of our external tools that we've got as well, but the next piece I want to show you is data modeling. So we've done the first pillar, which is sort of understanding the data, evaluating the data. Second one is transforming the data. The next one is data modeling. And again, we've thought about, okay, how can we make this easier? So we've got here the data model planner, which is another great tool to plan out your lookup tables, your fact tables, your measure groups, and your supporting tables. Okay, so this is another good one for a bit more direction in terms of what you're doing inside of your model. Now, one of the other things I want to show you, okay, is I want to show you this website, which is seriously cool. Okay, it's called databaseanswers.org. Oh no, it's gone. Hold on a second. It's definitely not the slot game. Oh my god, maybe it's disappeared. Maybe it's disappeared. This is not the awesome website that I was telling you about. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Google. There we go. There is a website which I wanna try and replicate. Better databaseanswers.com. Here we go. Oh no, it's disappeared. That's crazy. My favorite website has disappeared. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. I'll have to I didn't check before. I don't know what's happened there. But anyway, there was an amazing website that had like thousands of models that you could leverage off and you could learn from. Because one of the harder, there's no way to like really automate the modeling aspect of Power BI development, but there is a way to plan. But there's also a way. The hardest thing about a model is understanding, hey, what is the best model? Like that to me is the hardest thing, and that's what causes a lot of slowdown in your development, and also can make the rest of your development, like your formulas and your analysis and your visualizations, much slower. So there was a really awesome website, and maybe if it's truly gone, then that needs to speed up our own initiative around maybe doing something similar, where we can give we can create this huge catalog of models that are for specific industries, for specific scenarios. We really want to empower everyone around, okay, here's what the best model looks like. It might not be exactly what your model looks like, but at least it gives you an idea of like, this is the best practice model. So I think that's going to make a big difference as well. Has anyone got any other ideas around these three pillars that I've mentioned that I might have skipped? Paul has asked, is there a best practice around the model? Yes. So for us, we have what we call sort of the waterfall approach, or what I've deemed the waterfall approach, and I'll just show you an example. Well, this is actually not the greatest example, but basically, you want your lookup tables up the top, and you want your fact tables down the bottom. That's really what you want to go for as much as possible. I'll see if I can actually find a better one. Let's open this one. I think this might have been my challenge submission, by the way. Let's have a look. Yeah, this was my my challenge submission during the summit. So let's just have a quick look. So you want your lookup tables to be up the top, and you want your fact tables to be down the bottom. Like, this is the look that you want to try for as much as possible. So how does it approach? It's very similar, but it's just a repositioning of your tables in this view. Basically, you want to think about your filters flowing from the top of the waterfall down. That's the way that I've always done it, and feel like it is the most intuitive. It's not the way that everyone says to do it, but like, I've seen so many models now, and we've educated a lot of people, and I have not heard of many of our members or users ever say that this isn't intuitive, like this isn't better than other options. So I really recommend it. And that's where so we've come up with sort of this methodology, if you like, in the model, and that's how we've sort of built the Analyst Hub tool from a planning perspective. Plan out your lookup tables, plan out your fact tables, what sort of measures you want to place in there, what supporting tables you might have. So yeah, another quick and easy way you can plan that out. And what does Brian said? So great best practices course on the platform. Yep, totally agree with that. So a few of you, so Mudasi is on the line saying about the M code editor. Yeah, so this is definitely on the cards. This is something we definitely want to do. Probably we're going to do it within the external toolbar, I think, would be my guess. I don't, maybe we haven't completely landed on exactly how we're going to do that. But at the moment, you can just come in here and copy and paste the M code and create a catalog of your code. So that's my sort of next one that I want to jump to, right? Is like, this can save you a crazy amount of time. Like, this is probably the biggest time saver and automator of your work inside of Power BI, particularly, is the code, like the code that you have to write. Like, my goal, wherever possible inside of Power BI, is to limit the amount of code that I have to write, as in M code or formulas or calculated columns. I want to be basically just go copy and paste. And so what we've got here is, within the Analyst Hub, we have a range of different code savers or a way to catalog your code. So here's a DAX formula one. So let's just go and have a quick look in here, see if there's any good formulas we can use. Just see if I can find a little bit more advanced one. So say, for instance, we really like a formula and we want to save it down. We're going to reuse it like time and time again. We can come in here and save the formula, right? And save it to our documents. Okay. I can save it as a team or as a community document. And then when I come into my team area, or my documents area, sorry, you'll see that I now have that code is now embedded into my documents. And so when I come to I'll come to my personal one, you'll see here that I have a whole range of DAX formulas. I've got 39 that I use like quite regularly, and I've got them all loaded up here. 30-day moving average, boom, I copy the code directly into my model. Same for any of these, right? These are just ones that I use over and over again. We do have some other tool I'm going to show you in a second, but trust me, this can save you so much time. It's absolutely crazy. And you can actually share these within your team as well, because we've got our Teams functionality. You can create a team space within the Analyst Hub. So you can actually create maybe, like, I don't know, as a group, 50 to 100 formulas that you use over and over again. Well, here's a way you can quickly go and reference them very, very quickly, along with your planning tools, along with your data pipeline plans, your data model plans, your color themes, etc. This is the whole reason why we built the Analyst Hub in the first place. And through this all of this automation, this is how it sort of like really shines or showcases a lot of value. Okay. Cool. Okay. So now, so we've also added recently DAX raw, like any code. You can put in Python code, R code. We've even got like a notepad as well, which I used in my first session of the summit. I showcased using that. So that was, yeah, these are really awesome. And I'll show in a second some external tools that can really help as well. Actually, I'll do that now because I'll jump back to the the theme generators in a second. Okay, so one of the other things we've recently introduced, if you aren't aware, and this is all again about automation, is we've introduced an external toolbar. Okay, so if you go into the membership portal here, you'll see that we've got an external power tools, or we call it the Enterprise DNA Power Tools. Okay, so if you have a membership, this is part of your membership, and all you got to do is click and download it, and then what you get is a toolbar that looks like this. Okay, and so we're partnered with Greg Deckler on this, a Microsoft MVP, and we've really tried to build out initially some of the biggest time-saving applications within the external toolbar. Okay, it is actually quite phenomenal what you can do within the external tool, with an external tool. It's actually blown my mind what Greg has been able to produce. And so, yeah, here are some of the cool things that you can do. Okay, so one of them is called Quick Measures Pro. So all of you know about quick measures, right? Most I would say almost all of you know like what quick measures are. But what Greg has done is he's taken it to another level, right? Quick measures has been relatively limited for quite some time, and to me, it's quite telling that they haven't really updated it for years. They haven't updated it for years, probably because they, I don't know, they thought that it was a good idea, but wasn't as comprehensive, or I don't know what their thinking was behind it. But what we're trying to do with Greg is we're trying to make it far more comprehensive, but also customizable. So you can almost create your own quick measures within an external tool. So that's quite amazing, right? And we're pretty much almost there. There's a little bit of refinement around the UX, but look, if you look down this list, there's just so many different automated formulas that you can create, right? I mean, this list is massive. It's absolutely massive. And it really covers, it's surprisingly how, it is surprising how much of your development work it covers. And it covers a lot of edge case things as well, right? So if you want to do like quite advanced formulas and you only do them every so often, Greg covers them here. It's really, really quite amazing. And we're adding to them all the time. So for an example, I'll give you one example of like what it can do. So, okay, so we've got quite a complex formula here, sales from new customers. This has no relevance to the data set I'm actually in here, but I just want to show you what it sort of comes up as a formula. So you see here that this formula was automatically generated, right? And then it's up to us just to put in the right parameters. And so when you do, so you can choose the sales amount. This isn't really actually sales, unfortunately. Maybe what I'll do, I'll jump to this other one. I'll jump to this other one and see if I can make it work. Okay, so I'll come up here, external tools, Quick Measures Pro, and then I will find that one, sales from new customers. Okay, sales amount. You see here that it basically is just like point and click. So I'm going to go total purchases. Okay, customer ID. See, so it brings in all of the elements in the model. It's pretty amazing. I'm just gonna make a random selection here. PO. I'll go material. Or should I go PO? I want to actually go PO. And then date column. Here we go. Okay, let's just see if this works actually. DAX. Okay, so it took all of those inputs that I created, right? So imagine having to write this out from scratch. You can use, you could use the Analyst Hub for this, but you could also use these out of the box Quick Measures Pro. And so what we can do here as well is we can actually create it. So I can click on create like so. Okay, and then come in here, and I believe it's probably landed in here. Yeah, so it's landed in my model now. Isn't that just like incredible. It looks like there's some refinement that needs to be made, probably because this data set isn't perfect for this one, but we can do it in here very, very quickly. Okay, and then I'll show you one of the other things we can do. We can actually, through an external tool, I want to show you this other one, which is amazing, is the DAX Editor Pro. Okay, so say, for instance, there is an issue with the DAX formula and we don't like using this environment, which a lot of us don't, and we can go to DAX Editor Pro, and this is a much better way to format a lot of your code. Okay, so you see here, I've got all of the different measures that I have in my model. I can just go and click them. I can come in here and make the changes in this environment, but there's lots of added features, Like one of the best ones, I think, is the ability to find and replace. I can actually find and replace different names of things, right? So for example, if I wanted to change, let's say, instead of total purchases or purchase, where can I change something? I want to change to purchase orders, PO, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what I can change. I'll just make it up. You'll get what I mean. So I can come in here and go find. Let's say I want to change purchase orders, right? I can go and say find all, just to highlight them like that, right? But if I wanted to, I could also change them. I could say like change it to invoices or something and go replace all, just like that. That in itself is just an amazing automation feature, like seriously amazing. Okay. And then you can commit your updated formulas. Like this is a far superior way to manipulate a lot of formulas and view your formulas quickly, right? Instead of having to go in here, open up folders, find measures in different areas, you can just quickly click through and make a lot of adjustments quite quickly. Okay. So I'm not gonna make that update because this was sort of like a bit of a random change, but hopefully you like some of the things we've developed there. And by the way, these are only available to members and those who have a license. So definitely download them into your toolbar as soon as you can, and watch out for a lot of updates that we're making here as well. One of the other automation features that we've got in here, I'll just show you, is the ability to sort columns really, really quickly. So, and this is actually customized for the custom M code that we have around a date table. So I'll show you, like, think about this. So I can come in here and I know that if I come to the community, I can find my extended date table. Okay. Instead of having to, write any formulas out, I can always come in here and find Melissa's from our community's like amazing date table, right? Okay. So I can quickly copy this into my model. It takes me like less than a minute to create an amazing date table that has everything sorted. Now, one of the things that this Power Sort Pro can do is it also is customized to sort all of the key columns, because this was one of the annoying things about that table, is that there was like a lot of text columns that wouldn't sort correctly, like the month and year and the quarter and year, etc. And so all of these can now be set automatically with just a click of a button. Okay, so I can go set sort by columns, boom, done. So now all of my columns in my date table in the background here, they're now all sorted correctly without me having to do anything else, which is really, really cool. Okay, really, really cool. That saves you, I don't know, a few minutes easily. So definitely recommend checking that out. So we do have a couple of others. I probably will skip those because those have been explained pretty well from Brian. But metadata is just the ability to change lots of things in metadata really quickly. Like if you, for example, if you had a whole lot of measures, right, and you wanted to change what data category they were, what format string they were, you can do it all at once. You don't have to go one by one. Okay, so that's a really big help. One of the other things you can do, which I really like, is say you want to hide a lot of columns or hide a lot of tables really, really quickly. This enables you to do that, right? So one of the things we always like to do is hide columns we aren't using or that we don't want to see in our model, right? We want to keep this this area down the right-hand side, this fields area, as optimized as possible, as clean as possible. And so just the ability to hide so many things so quickly all at once is super, super powerful. So that's another like really quick cleanup feature that can save a lot of time, can really automate a lot of your work around that. Okay. So I do like that one. This Conductor Pro is, I seem to have a lot of quite a bit of trouble with this one actually. So I won't showcase it. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but basically that's just managing your external toolbar. So yeah, so look, those are some really good automation ones. Okay, I want to show you just a couple of others just to round things off before I jump into the platform, the new platform around our theme editor. Okay, so this is the other big one. This is the other big automation one, is being able to create color themes. Okay, so we've had these for a while. We've had the color fan, image to colors, colors palette. These are all good ways to generate a lot of the hex codes that you need. Another really good idea is to come in here and into the community and have a look at themes that are already generated. So if you like one, you can come in here, basically steal it, just copy it into your Power BI theme. You can do that pretty quickly. Okay, so lots of good ideas there. I won't go too much more into that. But this is the big one. This is the really big one. Okay, this is the Power BI themes generator. What you can do here, which is slightly different to the colors, is we've created a theme generator, and there's really nothing like this anywhere. We've created a theme generator that can manipulate every single aspect of the overall report, but also of every single individual visual. Okay, and you cannot do this within Power BI. You can only do it up to a point. So if I come in here and I'll show you, I can go to customize current theme here, right? You can make a lot of adjustments within here, okay, that do cover a lot of things, but it doesn't let you jump into the individual visuals to manipulate things such as the axes color, like if you show an axes title, if you even like to show an axes at all, if you like to have a border, if you don't like to have a border, you can, if you want to show the background, if you don't want to show the background of a visual, you can manipulate absolutely everything and set up a complete theme around your colors, your backgrounds, everything to do with the visualization. Okay. So really recommend diving into this particular tool. It is pretty fantastic actually. And I think we know internally that we haven't given it enough visibility, because it's pretty unique out there. You can also build on top of different themes. So you can import a theme that you have already, or that you might have started on here, and make small adjustments to it. So if you, what you can do is you can build an entire theme that you really like with all of the manipulations of the visuals. And then if you just want to change the core colors of that theme, you can import it and then change just the main colors. And then everything else will stay the same, like, what you want in a bar chart or what you want in a donut chart, etc. You can keep that all the same, but just change the core things. Cool. Okay, so that's it. That's all I wanted to really showcase here. There's definitely some other tools that I am that are available out there that can do a little bit more automation. Things like Numero is a good one. Zero BI is a good one. InfoRiver is a good one. These are all firms that we're partnered with. They all have their own use cases to really automate what you're doing inside of Power BI. But we're always trying to innovate. We're always trying to think about how we can create more templates, more showcases, more features, more tools that can speed up little things within your development. So I think we've made a fantastic start, and we know for a fact, just through our own work, how much speed you can gain by utilizing the tools we've already created and that are out there. But if you guys can think of some more, please let us know. We're definitely all ears. Okay, I'm gonna round off there. I think that's enough from me around the automation side of things. Now, what I want to do is show you a bit more about our new platform. Okay, so hopefully this works seamlessly. Yeah, one of the reasons why we decided to start off on this adventure around building a new platform from scratch is because we've evolved a lot over time. You know, as an organization, we started off with you know, just me creating a few videos, to be honest. And what we've tried to do over time is really empower Power BI development from every angle that we could think of. And you know, increasingly we're venturing into content around the Power Platform and Python and R, etc. So we're really expanding the scope in terms of like what we have wanted to place into our platform, and it's evolved like quite considerably. As our visions and ambitions have grown, unfortunately, our technology probably has lagged behind, and we've had to band-aid a lot of things together, and that's, you know, a lot of you can tell by sort of clicking through, you know, one part of our platform to another. It takes you to one app to another app. You know, the biggest one is that, you know, our forum, for example, is built on a completely different technology to what our courses technology is. So the course viewer technology is, right? And so we made a decision towards the end of last year that we wanted to build something completely our own, totally customizable, totally our own, that we could take in any direction that we wanted to and not be held back. So we've made a really good start, and we're not far away from our first release. Our first release is not going to have absolutely everything that we want, but it's going to have more than enough to get us started, and then we're going to continue to add to it more and more and more. Okay, so I'm just going to log in. One of the biggest changes is you're going to have one login experience. Okay, so only one time will you have to actually log into the website, and that's going to include for the forum and the Analyst Hub. We're going to get a single sign-on experience across all of that. Okay, so when you first log in now from this, which doesn't it doesn't have that total customization that we want, you're going to log into a dashboard which is just for you as an individual. It's going to show you how you are progressing towards your goals, towards what you want to learn. That could be you individually, but also as an organization. Okay, and so you'll see that we've got a sort of bit of a dashboard around your progress, activity on the platform. We're also introducing what we're calling some gamification called XP, experience points. And why these points are important, right, is that, and this comes down to we're going to be able to track, or we are planning to track absolutely everything that you do on the platform. So whether you're watching a video, whether you're participating in a challenge, coming to an event, downloading a resource, everything that you're doing, we want to track it so that we can normalize the engagement and the activity on our platform, because we have this sort of holistic approach to learning that is more than just watching a few videos and nothing else. You know, we want to really make this all-encompassing empowerment experience, right, with our technology, our project-based learning, our live events, so on and so forth. And through this point system, we're going to be able to normalize that. And so that's why we're introducing it. And everything that is done on our platform will have some points allocated to it. So you might get some points for watching a section of a course. You might get some points for attending a summit presentation, for example, or attending the summit. And so this will be good from an individual point of view, but also definitely from a corporate customer point of view, where you'll be able to see, okay, well, what's the true engagement in our platform? Okay. So I'll show you our navigation on the left-hand side is obviously much better as well, I feel. And I'll just show you, we've got a whole range of learning paths that we've set up. So this is relatively new. We've got dedicated learning paths that you can take. And if you want to dive into, say you wanted to become an advanced analytics expert, you can come in here and there'll be some details about the learning path that we're just coming up with, and then all of the things included all of the courses included in that learning path, right? You can add the path to your learning plan and it will come up on your dashboard. It's going to be really simple and seamless to do that. We also have all of our courses loaded up here as well. And so a whole new design aspect to our platform as well. All the details that you need will be available here, but you can also click through and we've got some formatting. We're still working on a number of things here, but you'll see this is, hopefully you're getting an idea of the experience. You'll see that you'll get all the details. You can add it to your plan. You can start it from here very, very easily. One of the biggest innovations, though, is around our learning plan. Okay, so how do we create the totally customized experience? Well, it's going to be from this learning plan feature. Okay, so we have this learning plan section. So this here already has a dummy one in here, but say I was just starting out, I would want to create a new plan. Okay, so we've got like a survey here that you can run through. I'll just quickly go through it. This is getting all of your goals. What's your preferred path? What tools do you want to master? What skills do you want to learn? What business function you work in, and what industry you're in. Okay. So got a couple of questions. Will you be able to have a test run? Absolutely. This will be in the next couple of weeks. Okay. So we've just got a few final things that we need to clean up. But in the next few weeks, I definitely intend to let basically every member have a test run, give us feedback, so on and so forth. We're going to do, we're going to do a pre-release where basically anyone who wants to can try it out and let us know what their experience was. Okay, and then I can just set up this, and then we take all of those factors, all of those selections, right? And we have a bit of an algorithm in the background, which is setting up your custom learning path with the courses that we suggest. And also it's going to eventually have basically, resources that we have, some challenge recommendations, some past events we suggest you watch. So we're basically going to customize an entire learning experience, not just through videos and courses, but through all of our assets. We're going to do it within this learning plan area. So this is one of the refinements that we're still working hard on. As you can imagine, it's like, there's a little bit to this. It's not that easy to get the algorithm working for every single permutation of selections that could occur within that survey. But that's the idea, right? We want to make the entire experience customized down to the individual level. So it's going to be huge. It's going to be absolutely huge. Paul, question. Yep. So everything's going to be customizable. So yeah, so you can set up your learning plan, but then you can continue to customize it however you like, right? For example, here in this experience here, I can add a course if I want by clicking add course. And then this experience is, this will be, how this looks will be improved, but you can come in here, select it, and I think like push OK or something. There'll be like a commit button or something like that. And then that will commit to your learning plan. Also, I believe you can come into courses and you'll be able to, you'll see there's like a notification that says what's in your plan. And you can come in here and add to your plan. So you can add it dynamically, right? So yeah, I mean, that's just pretty wild. What's possible there. And the same is going to be, we're going to break out like every event replay. We're going to break out because, we think there's just so much great knowledge in these events that we've held in the past. And we really just want to showcase them or bring them to the right audience in a more dynamic way. And so that's going to be a part of, your dynamic learning plan as well. Like if someone says they're in marketing versus someone that says they're in finance or in accounting, we're going to show you different resources. We're going to show you different events to come to watch from a replays. We're going to suggest different videos from our mini series tutorials to watch. So there's going to be complete customization. Who was the brain behind the UI? The UI was actually created by our development team who are based in the Ukraine. So they're the ones who are doing a lot of the developing. But I've been quite heavily involved in the overall experience and and we've also had a look around at every great learning platform we could find out there, and basically leveraged off a lot of their ideas. Honestly, like we haven't we haven't recreated the wheel where we didn't need to. We've tried to leverage off others and then brought our own flavor to it, because we have a lot of sort of unique aspects to our platform. Okay, so that's that. We have a new sort of showcases experience as well. There should be images in here, but they're not. But basically, you can add any showcase you like to your own collection, and then you can come in here and you'll be able to download the PBIX files just like you can now. But again, it's just going to be a much better experience. Yeah, there's an image. I don't know where the image has gone. They were there this morning. We also have a data library that we're putting inside of here, which looks good when you have the images up. We have our resources section as well, that you can go to. So it's just going to all be within the one experience. Like that's the big thing, right? There is going to be a few things we're going to link out to initially, like the Analyst Hub is still going to be a link out. The support forum is still going to be a link out to the actual platform it's on. But the long-term plan is absolutely to bring it all into one. Like that is absolutely what we're going to do. So when you log on, you can access absolutely everything from this one experience. Now, the next thing I wanted to show you is what we're doing from a corporate side of things. Okay, so one of the biggest things that we keep getting asked is trying to see the engagement of our platform. Like who's using the platform, who's learning what they need to learn to reach the skill levels that the business leaders want, right? And so what we've created is this manager dashboard or admin dashboard. Okay, so I'll just jump in here. But basically, what we're totally transforming what we're doing from an engagement reporting point of view. The engagement reporting is going to be almost real time. You'll be able to log into the platform as a manager, as an admin, and you'll be able to see exactly what everyone in your organization is doing on the platform. You'll be able to see an overall summary. So how many people are logging on, what are they doing, so on and so forth, but also dive into the individual and see how they're working through their courses, see how they're working through their learning paths, see how they're working towards their skill development, so on and so forth. You'll also eventually be able to see, are they participating in a challenge? Are they accessing the forum and working with the community in the forum? Are they coming to the summits? Everything's going to be recorded and be able to be viewed at all times. The other cool thing we're introducing is this teams management. So you can actually manage your team in our platform automatically, like a self-service, right? So you'll be able to add licenses very quickly. You'll be able to transfer licenses between team members. Plenty of great features in here that are quite manual at the moment, but will be completely self-service very, very soon. The other thing from a manager point of view is you can actually assign learning paths. You'll be able to assign learning paths. You'll be able to assign courses. You'll be able to assign events to come to. And the idea is once you do that, the users within your organization will come into their dashboards, and then they will see that those notifications pop up. Their learning plans will update. It will be a much more immersive experience, learning experience. Okay. Cool. So that's really it. We've also got a dark mode, which is kind of cool. If you like that, I think I prefer the lighter, but if some people prefer the dark. We're also going to have a much more superior search functionality. So at the moment, our search functionality is a bit hit and miss. It kind of is all situated in the forum. But what we want to do is we want to have it all within here. So you can type in, say, calculate or something, and you push enter, and then you'll get all of the videos, all of the articles, all of the key resources. You will get a snapshot of the DAX guide. You'll get everything within the one searching experience. So that's going to be huge for us as well. Cool. Okay. I think those are the main things. So hopefully, hopefully you guys are excited. You guys are really excited about this. It's been a huge time and money investment for us, and I think, and we're so close. We're so close. We've still got plenty to do, obviously, but we're so much closer than we've ever been. So that sort of gets me excited, and I just I can't tell you the difference it's going to make to the overall experience. I mean, it's sort of like a 5x improvement of what we've currently got, and just things like one login, tracking everything, being able to just engagement activity, just understand engagement, to have the gamification, the navigation experience, just every little thing I think is just vastly improved, and is just going to make the value of your license that much more, I feel. So it's definitely worth it for us, and definitely worth it for all of our users, and hopefully with these changes we can get a whole lot more users. That's kind of that's definitely the goal. Okay, I'm just going to switch back and do a quick outro here. So yeah, look, thank you so much, everyone. I think this has been, again, we keep upping the level of our summits every single time, and there's no doubt in my mind this has been, again, one of our best ones, if not the best. And really big thank you to everyone for their involvement, their organization, their engagement in what we've put together. Really appreciate it, and thanks for being a big part of the Enterprise DNA journey. We've got lots of great things that we're still hoping and wanting to do, and so yeah, look forward to continuing to partner on those going forward. Cool. Okay, I'm going to round off. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Big thanks to my team, who I know are on the call. So yeah, really proud of what we've been able to put together. So thank you all. Okay, talk to you soon.